Hi, guys. I don't know if anybody is here or how this is going to work. I don't see a chat setting in here. So I am just praying and hoping that somebody is able to tell me if you're able to hear me. Um, this is all very new to me. So I don't know if this is going to work for me or not. This is very new concept that I'm doing. So if you are in here somehow and you can hear me, could you please um I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. I can't see anybody in here. Um let's see. Control room, people. I literally have no idea if I'm doing this right or not. If somebody can somehow like message me on Facebook or send me a message in here, I just cannot tell if there's anybody in here if I'm doing this right. And I don't want to do an entire video if that's not the case. So please let me know. Wait, someone's messaging me. Oh, there are 18 people. I can't see anything. I don't know why I'm blocked. This is so weird. Maybe it's just away from distractions. Do you guys have access to a chat room that you're able to type? Charlene, are you guys able to type in the chat? Let me see. Why can I not see the chat? That's so weird. I can't see anything. Oh my god, this is terrible. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to just kind of do this blind. I really this is just testing. Unless I can try to do something here. Let's see. Voice. This just really sucks. I want to be able to hear people and I don't hear anything. Settings, share screen, cameraman. I cannot see any kind of chat. This is awful. Me. Okay, so I don't know, guys. This is really weird. I hate not being able to see your questions or like see what's going on, but I just cannot. I'm doing a hangout, so because I wanted to be able to share a screen with you guys. So I don't know why I can't see anything. Can you see my screen? Are you able to see my camera? Are you able to see Michael? Charlene, did you type? Let me know on Facebook if you're able to see that. Okay, so I'm gonna try something really quick. Um, you guys can just talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes. Let's see. I'm gonna just try to see if I can fix this really quick. Okay, so let me see if I can restart my session. I'm so sorry, guys. I just don't. I want to be able to see your chat, and I can't see anything. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to I'm like typing, and I can see. Let me see. Um, group chat. So you guys are talking to each other, but you can't see me. Oh, that's so frustrating. Um, I might just have to kind of wing it and just do it, and you guys will just have to follow along. I'm not gonna be reading the chat anyway because it's like kind of a distraction for me. But oh wait, let me see something. Go into this somehow if I can. Cool. Okay, so I can see your chat if I am. Okay, I can see your chat. I just have to go into um, the broadcast and look at it. But I'll just do that for later. So I have it up. Hopefully it's not causing an echo. So, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the video, and then I'll just come and like look at the chat periodically throughout this. Maybe the actual chat is not present to avoid distraction. I'm not really sure. So this is kind of a new format for me. I wanted to do an interactive experience with you guys. I just don't really know how it's going to go. So just wish me luck. I just want to test this out to see how it goes. I just think maybe it might be a little bit easier if we do it this way. That way, if you guys have questions and stuff, we can discuss it. But I have a lot of information to go over with you guys today. I'm going to be sharing some photos with you, some websites with you. I hope that my audio is still all right. It's kind of windy here, so bear with me. So let me go ahead and get started. Let me go back to our broadcast here. So what I'm going to be talking to you guys today, I know that I said that I was going to be doing, let me stop sharing this. I know that I said that I was going to be doing like worded videos. But I kind of decided against doing that for right now because a lot of people said that it's easy for them to just understand if I just speak. So I probably will. There's a video that I have to do to kind of further go into details about this video. So I may possibly have to do a worded video with that. But I'm going to just kind of try this format out. I just think it's easier if people are there, if they have questions. I probably cannot get to your questions right away because for whatever reason, I can't see the chat in my broadcast screen. So I'll have to come back and look at that screen once I have this all done. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys know why I'm doing it this way. If you cannot hear me at any moment, Charlene, you could just like send me a message and let me know if there's any problems because I can't see right now. So what I'm going to talk to you guys today are about the last two albums that Michael did with his brothers. I told you that the focus on these videos are really to talk about the grand purpose of what I ultimately believe to be the truth. So it may seem as if I'm skipping over things in Michael's career, but I'm really not. It's just that we need to focus on the hidden meanings of things and their ultimate significance. Um, I just don't feel like I know that Michael has did like he did Off the Wall. He did a couple of albums that are kind of intertwined with this time. But at the moment, I just don't think they're really important to talk about, more so to focus on the actual overall message. And I'm so sorry, you may hear some, I live close to an Air Force base, so you may hear some jets going by. So I feel on the albums done by the Jacksons after their move to Epic, where they became more independent with 100% control over their creative concept, were able to really see inside of their minds. It was clear they were trying to express something significant. I mean, this is not just Michael. This is Michael and his brothers. So this is basically, I'm talking about the 3 albums that he did with his brothers: Destiny, Triumph, and Victory. So Triumph was the 14th studio album released by the Jacksons. Now, what is very interesting, a pattern that I'm noticing, you guys know that I had mentioned that in Destiny, there were 7 letters in the word destiny. Well, there's 7 letters in the word triumph as well. What's interesting about that, Triumph is the 14th studio album. So you have the 7 letters of Triumph plus it being the 14th studio album, and you automatically have 777. So I say this to say that very early on, whether it was done, which I think it was just done purposely, I think Michael obviously had this disposition to want to convey this message, but you can clearly see that, 777 was on his mind very early on. That is something that's very apparent just by that alone. I mean, the album, titles having 7 letters in them is just crazy. So that's something that we kind of noticed right away. The definition, I'm going to pull up for you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up you guys the definition of triumph so that you guys can see it. It's just kind of important to visualize that. So let me do this real quick. It's a pain. I'm sorry. This is going to be kind of a learning curve until we figure out how to better situate this. Why is this not working? Okay, hold on. Driving me nuts. Okay, we'll just have to do it this way. Are you guys able to see this? I don't know why it's like not working. This is so annoying. Oh my God, I can't deal with this. Okay, let's try it this way. I have no clue why this is not working. It's very annoying. But I'll just read it to you guys and then we'll just, discuss it further. I wanted to kind of show it to you, but it's not that important. So I'll just read it to you. So basically the definition of triumph is a victory or conquest by or as if by military force, a notable success, or the joy of victory or success. So that's the definition. And that's kind of interesting. And I'll tell you why later I find that to be interesting. Just trying to get off the screen. Give me 1 second here. This is super annoying. But no. How do I stop sharing this? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna pull up the album cover for you guys so you can see it in just a minute. So let's talk about the album cover first. It might look kind of backwards because Manicam is weird, but this is the album cover itself. So the top of the album displays the Jacksons in a very large font, while the actual name Triumph is kind of like it's smaller, almost like invisible. You can't really see it. So I found that interesting, as it seems to be almost immediately the attention is not drawn to the actual name of the album, but more or less the Jacksons. So you guys can clearly see this. Let me know if you're able to see it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now to see if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you're able to actually see the cover. Do you guys see it? Okay, thank you, Paul. Okay, so if you look at it closely, um, okay, so if you're able to visualize this, you can clearly see that it says like it looks like it reads the Jacksons triumph. That's how I read it when I look at it. It's like you're trying. It looks like almost like they're trying to put together a sentence. So it says like the Jacksons triumph. So while the meaning of triumph being a victory or conquest, why is like what is being said here exactly? What was the conquest or victory that they overcame? Now maybe they're just talking about the fact that it was assumed that because they were leaving Motown, they were going to be a success or they were going to be a failure. But they were actually very successful when they did their albums outside of Motown. So I don't know if that's the message that you're trying to convey, but I do notice that it looks like it's trying to formulate a sentence that says, the Jacksons triumph. So the actual image itself is the five brothers huddled together in a group. The brothers are illuminating in the photo, which you guys can see around the edge. You see Marlon, Tito, Michael, Jackie. Um, there is an illuminating glow around them, which is very interesting to me because this kind of started a course that we started to see with illuminating, visuals around them in photos. So the letter O in the Jackson name, it looked strange to me at first. I didn't know what it was, but as I looked at the back album cover art, I noticed that the O was actually the eye like visual found in the middle of a peacock feather. So if you look closely, you actually see that the feather is in the place of the O. So there's actual like a feather. If you guys can see, there's like a feather, and then there's the eye that's inside the feather within the O for the Jacksons. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I noticed that because I looked at the back of the album art. So when I did the video on Destiny, I forgot to go over with you guys the actual the back cover art for Destiny, and I kind of missed that. I'm going to show it to you guys now. Bear with me 1 minute. So this is the back cover art for Destiny right here. So on the back of the Destiny album, you have the cover art and it's a peacock. And there's a message on the back of this from Michael and Jackie, and it says, through the ages, the peacock has been honored and praised for its attractiveness, illustrious beauty. Of all the bird family, the peacock is the only bird that integrates all colors into one and displays this radiance of fire only when in love. We, like the peacock, try to integrate all races into one through the love of music. So you guys can clearly see this is on the back of the Destiny album. This is actually the full picture from the Destiny album. I'll show you guys right now. This is the full photo. I don't know if it's going to come out or not. If I have one. Okay, here's the full photo. Just bear with me 1 moment. This is the full photo right here of the Destiny album. So that's the full photo of it. So you have, I didn't even like consciously pay attention to that before, but now you can see that that's the full album. That's like the full visual. So on the back of the Triumph album, this is the back of the Triumph album. You can also see that there's a peacock on the back of the Triumph album. So I'm going to check in with you guys to make sure you're with me. Can you guys see? Are you able to see the full Triumph album? I just want to check in with you guys to make sure I'm not losing anybody or my screen's not messing up. This is my first time doing this, so please type if you're able to see. Just be quick. Fast, 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 fast. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so this is the full visual. So, okay, this right here is the back of the Triumph album. So on the back of the Triumph album, you will see the peacock visual. However, it's different. It's a different portrayal of the peacock. The peacock on the back of the Triumph album actually seems kind of galactic. Um, if you guys notice, it's like space odyssey type peacock. So, and it looks like it's coming out of a spiral galaxy. So, upon further investigation, I found that there actually is, in fact, a constellation called Pavo. And Pavo, which means it actually means peacock in Latin. There are several spiral galaxies located with the constellation also, and this definitely made me think deeper about the album art. So this is the Pavo constellation. That's actually the peacock. Because if you guys can clearly see, if you're looking at the that you see the peacock coming out of a galaxy on the back of this album. So let me show you guys the Pavo constellation so that you're able to see it. So this is the Pavo constellation. Isn't that super cool? That's so amazing. So right off, I just want to kind of pause here for a minute, in case I'm kind of losing people. I just want to say that Michael had complete control, creative control over his album covers. Michael was responsible for the concepts of these album covers himself. He, just so you guys are aware of that, I'll get to that later, but just so you know, Michael was in control even back then. He's 21, 22 years old. He was in control of these album covers. He wanted the artist to do what he said. So even back then, Michael was on some stuff. Okay, he was back then. He was on to some things that he was privy to. So I just wanted to share that with you. But that's the Pavo constellation, which is the peacock. So obviously, to me, they're clearly making reference to this constellation on the back of this album. Why would you have a peacock coming out of a galaxy unless you're making reference to that, right? So let me tell you guys a little bit more about Pavo and how it came to be. Pavo, the constellation. Pavo is it's famous for the bright star. So actually there's a bright star within Pavo, that's called the peacock. It's it's a famous bright star. It's a bright blue star, I believe. The constellation Pavo, the peacock, is located in the southern hemisphere of the sky. It is visual at latitudes from 30 degrees from June through August. Now, guys, check this out. It's visual from June through August. Interesting. It's a relatively small constellation. It's only covering 378 degrees of the sky, and it ranks in 44th in size among the 88 constellations in the night sky. It is bordered by Telescopium to the north, Apus and Ara to the west, Octans to the south, Indus to the east and northeast. It is one of the constellations known as the Southern Birds, along with Ross, Phoenix, and Tucana. So let me tell you a little bit about the actual story of Pavo, the Greek mythology. So the mythology is the peacock was the sacred bird of Hera, who drove through the air in a chariot drawn by peacocks. So how the peacock came to have eyes on its tail is the subject of a Greek myth that began one day when Zeus turned his illicit love into his illicit love. So the love's name is Io. Keep that in mind, Io, into a white cow to disguise her from his wife Hera, who nearly caught them together. Hera was suspicious and put the heifer under the guardianship of Argus, who tethered the animal to an olive tree. So Argus was ideally suited to the task of a watchman since he had 100 eyes. So Argus was a giant that had 100 eyes, of which only 2 were resting at a time while the others kept lookout. So wherever Argus stood, he could always have several of his eyes on Io. He could always see what was going on. So Zeus sent his son Hermes to release Io from her captivity. Hermes swooped down to Earth and spent the day with Argus, together, telling him stories and playing his reed pipe until one by one the eyes of Argus became sleepy and began to close. When Argus was finally asleep, Hermes lopped off his head and released the heifer. Hera placed the eyes of Argus on the tail of the peacock. So, of course, this is just Greek mythology, but it just gives you an idea about why they named this pavo pavo. It goes back to Greek mythology, much like all constellations. So after reading about this, I was initially confused by why there was a reference to this constellation and what it could mean. So that was until I had another look at the music video for Can You Feel It? So let me just put up a visual of Can You Feel It, which is, you know, an amazing video and song by the Jacksons. So let me just put that visual up real quick here. So this is a visual from Can You Feel It? Now, the video for Can You Feel It? It's so significant, but nothing will make sense about it until I really dive further into this information. So I'll revisit Can You Feel It later. But once you kind of understand the meaning, it will be incredible to watch it from another set of eyes. Michael himself came up with the entire concept of the video, and it speaks volumes about the mindset and knowledge of things even back then. So Michael came up with the entire concept of the video for Can You Feel It? I am going to do a completely individual separate video on Can You Feel It by itself. It's going to take up a lot of time and a lot of energy. So I really didn't want to put it into this particular broadcast, but I'm going to do a video of it by itself so that you guys can kind of like see it and, you know, get an idea of it. So back to the albums. No, so guys, this is a very important part that I want you guys to pay attention to. This is where things start getting really crazy. So Triumph was also re-released on January 27th, 2009. So just like Destiny, it's basically on January 27th, 2009, Destiny and Triumph was re-released. Okay. So I kept trying to think to myself, like, I don't understand why these albums were re-released on January 27th, 2009, because they have nothing in common. They didn't come out the same year. So it's not like it was some kind of anniversary special, right? I mean, I spent so much time trying to figure out why the hell Destiny and Triumph were both released on January 27th, 2009. This is before Michael's death. So I just was very confused. So upon further investigating, are you guys ready for this crazy shit? January 27th is when Michael had his Pepsi accident in 1984. So in 1984, Michael had his Pepsi accident. Now, many stories started to circulate around the June of 2009 that this is where Michael's drug addiction actually started because of the burns. Now, I don't believe that Michael was ever a drug addict. I'm just going off of, we're just repeating what was happening. But that is so crazy to me. I was like, oh my God, January 27th, that's when Michael had the accident. So, keep in mind that Destiny and Triumph came out before Michael even had that Pepsi accident. So Destiny came out in 1978. Triumph came out in 1980. Okay. So now I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about something very important right now. An observation that I made during the video for Can You Feel It? There is a part where Michael lifts his hands up and he holds his hands up and it literally looks, let me show you guys something. Now be ready for this because this is going to be like insane. Hold on a minute. This is going to shock you. Does this not look like there is fire coming out of his hair? I mean, am I crazy? Let me know in the chat what you guys think of that. Does that not look like a flame shooting out of his hair? Okay, so let's keep this in mind that this video for Can You Feel It was done before, way before this Pepsi accident happened. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm just kind of tripping. Maybe I'm just kind of imagining. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. I was just thinking that maybe sometimes, people can reach, you can see what you want to see. But upon further investigation, let me show you guys another photo. Now, this photo is from 2009. This is a 2009 visual. This is 25 years after Michael's accident. Okay? Let me show you a different visual here. You guys see this? Do you guys see it? Did it come up? Okay. So this is where, to me, I started being like, holy shit. Okay. This is fast forward 25 years after this Pepsi accident. What on earth is going on here? What's going on here? What? So um you have the visual and Can You Feel It? And then you have the visual in this for the This Is It poster. So let me just post these side by side. So again, you have this visual from Can You Feel It? Clearly looks like flames coming out of Michael's hair. Then you have This Is It album cover where it's like, okay, what is going on here? Very strange, okay? So these two things, alone just caused me to dig a little further into and I was pretty shocked by what I found. So between January 27th, 1984 and January 27th, 2009, when these two albums are released, it's exactly 25 years. So 2 plus 5, of course, equals 7. So here we go with this 7 again, okay? Just crazy, crazy to me. So without a doubt, there certainly must be a correlation with the 3. So I always found it so interesting that there are truly so many 25s associated with the year and all of this happened. So here's something a little bit about myself that I thought was really weird. So all these 25s come up in 2009. So in 2009, I myself was 25 years old. Also, my birthday is on the 25th of January. Michael's Pepsi accident actually happened 2 days after my birth in 1984. So it's so strange to me. Like when you talk about destiny and fate and how things align, it's so crazy that all this stuff just happened to happen like when I was 25, 25 years that it happened. My birthday's on the 25th. Michael died on the 25th. I mean, it's just so crazy when you really like look deeper into things and look at things from a different perspective. It's kind of crazy what you see. It's kind of crazy how things um are. And people always talk about coincidence and things just being a coincidence and reaching and grasping, but there are some things that you just can't ignore. Okay. So there was a live album released by the Jacksons in 1981. Um, it was basically songs from their Triumph tour and was actually recorded in my hometown of Pittsburgh. So the live album was released on 11/11, 11/11, 1981. So it wasn't like an actual, like, it wasn't like new songs. It was just basically like a release of um the concert that was done in my hometown. So on July 2nd, 1984, the Victory album was released. Okay. Now, the album was the only album to include all six Jackson brothers, and was the last album that was recorded entirely with Michael. So again, Victory, Victory, 7 letters again. So you have Destiny, Triumph, and Victory, all which have 7 letters, 777. The definition of victory is the overcoming of an enemy or antagonist, achievement of mastery or success in a struggle of endeavor against odds and difficulties. So let me pull up the album cover for Victory. Give me just 1 second here. This is the album cover. Oh crap. Give me 1 minute. Gotta kind of exit out of what's on here now. So this is the album cover for Victory. As you can see, that's the Victory album cover. So the album for Victory was done by an artist by the name of Michael Wheeland. The album cover is very fascinating, but it's even more interesting if you see the entire painting. So this is just the general album cover right here, but I'll show you guys the actual entire painting. So this is the entire painting right here. This is the entire painting for Victory. It appears that there's some kind of projected holograph in the sky over the actual city, and it's just very, very, very cool. So I'm not sure if you guys are able to see that. Let me check in with you. Can you guys see it? Can you see the city and the entire thing? Just wanted to check in with you guys to see what you're able to see. I know I'm on a bit of a delay here, but let me know if you can see the entire album cover. Okay, cool. So what's said about the album cover for Victory? So the album, Michael Jackson chose Michael Whelan to paint the cover of the Jacksons album Victory after seeing his painting for the cover of Isaac Asimov's book Foundation's Edge. The galaxy in that image was what drew Jackson to Whelan's work, and he wanted a similar effect for the album painting. Whelan was given very specific instructions regarding the poses and positioning of the Jackson brothers as they would appear in the scene. At Michael Jackson's request, Whelan positioned Michael behind his brothers, but made his trademark glowing glove and socks shine forth. So this album cover was done very specific, so it's safe to say that there are no coincidences with it. There are 3 things that I noticed right away about this. So first, being the obvious galaxy in the sky. Remember the peacock coming out of the galaxy on Triumph. So again, let me show you the Triumph cover real quick. Just so we're perfectly clear. This is the Triumph. So you see the galaxy on here, the peacock coming out of the galaxy. And on the cover of Victory, there's another galaxy. Okay. So it suddenly dawned on me that at this point, Michael could constantly, he started making plays on cosmos, galaxy, space. Some might say he was just into sci-fi, he was a sci-fi nerd, but it goes much deeper than that. Trust me, I'll show you as we progress. Michael started really being passionate about the cosmos, galaxies, things like that. The second thing that I noticed from the album cover was how now suddenly Michael was the only one illuminated out of the entire group. And that's what he wanted. His request was to be illuminated. He was positioned behind his brothers, yet he was illuminated and only his socks and his gloves were. These are things that Michael would later become his trademark: his white socks, his gloves, and his hat. Why was Michael positioned this way? So why did Michael say, put me behind my brothers and illuminate my hat? And illuminate my socks and my gloves. And you guys, I don't know, and this is not in my notes, but if you guys have ever seen Billie Jean, there's a lot of illumination in that video as well. But do you guys see this visual? So out of all his brothers, why is it that Michael wanted this? And he was positioned behind. I will talk about that dove in another video. I just didn't talk about it in this one for a reason, but I will discuss that dove on Randy's shoulder in another video. But it's very interesting that Michael wanted to position himself in this way. Very interesting. So let me go back to my visual here. So the third thing that I noticed was that the third thing that really freaked me out about this was what Michael is wearing in this photo. He's wearing black pants and a golden shirt, as you guys can clearly see. Let me go ahead and put up the actual full picture that you guys, so you can see it better. It's not blurred. So Michael is wearing gold shirt and black pants. This is driving me insane. Okay. This album, this outfit in particular, is what Michael would go on to be wearing and Come Together in Moonwalker. Also, this is the album he was wearing for the single for Liberian Girl. So this is what Michael had this outfit. I forgot to grab a visual of Come Together. I should have grabbed one, but I just didn't. But here is a visual from the Liberian Girl single. He's wearing that gold shirt and black pants again. So the Liberian Girl image was used very heavily at Michael's burial. I always thought this particular outfit was significant because it always seems that he has it on in like important moments in time. It's like Come Together, Liberian Girl, the burial. There's a couple of different instances where Michael has this outfit on, but I just thought it was very interesting that on the cover of the Victory album, Michael was wearing this outfit. And then years later, during these significant moments, Michael has this outfit on again. So that's him for the, the burial picture. And this is going to be him on the cover of the Victory album. So I don't really know what's up with that. I don't know if it's a coincidence. I just think it's very weird to me. It's just strange. So yes. Okay, so now what I want to talk to you guys about. This is interesting. So I did look up the book Foundation's Edge, and it's the fourth installment in a book series. So I didn't read the other three books, so until I do, I really can't say the bigger picture. But reading the fourth, I can definitely see why it sparked Michael's interest, aside from wanting to use the book's cover art for the album's cover. So in Isaac Asimov's Foundation, he came up with a fictional concept called psychohistory, which combines history, sociology, and mathematical statistics to make general predictions about the future behavior of a very large group of people. Psychohistory depends on the idea that while one cannot foresee the actions of a particular individual, the laws of statistics as applied to large groups of people could predict the general flow of future events. So when I was reading about this, I discovered that psychohistory is actually a real study. This is actually a real thing. So the guy, guess he I don't know if he put it in his book first and then someone started doing it, or if it was always around, but I know that it's a fictional a scientific study in the book, but it also is a real history also. So psychohistory is an I'm sorry, I lost my place. Psychohistory is basically a study of psychology, history, and related social sciences and the humanities. It explains that why of history, especially the difference between stated intention and actual behavior. Psychobiography, childhood, group dynamics, mechanisms of psychic defense, dreams, and creativity are primary areas of research. It works to combine the insights of psychology, especially psychoanalysis, with the research methodology of social sciences and humanities to understand the emotional origin of the behavior of individuals, groups, and nations, past and present. An incredible amount of work in this field has been done in the areas of childhood, creativity, dreams, family dynamics, overcoming adversity, personality, political, and presidential psychobiography. Psychohistory derives many of its concepts from areas that are perceived to be ignored by conventional historians and anthropologists as shaping factors of human history in particular. The effects of parenting. Now, guys, follow this part. In particular, the effects of parenting, practice, and child abuse. According to conventional historians, the science of culture is independent of the laws of biology and psychology, and the determining cause of a social fact should be sought among social facts preceding and not among the states of individual consciousness. Psychohistorians, on the other hand, suggest that social behavior, such as crime and war, may be a self-destructive reenactment of earlier abuse and neglect. The unconscious flashback to early fears and destructive parenting could dominate individual and social behavior. So they believe that basically history determines the course of future events, period. What happens in history creates what happens in the present. So the areas of study, there are three interrelated areas of psychohistorical study. The history of childhood, which looks at such questions as this. So the history of childhood looks at how have children been raised throughout history? How has the family been constituted? How and why have practices changed over time? The changing place and value of children in society over time. How and why our views of child abuse and neglect have changed. Psychobiography, which seeks to understand individual historical people and their motivations in history. And lastly, group psychohistory, which seeks to understand the motivations of large groups, including nations and history and current affairs. In doing so, psychohistory advances the use of group fantasy analysis of political speeches, political cartoons, and media headlines, since its loaded terms, metaphors, and repetitive words, they are often off therein offer clues to unconscious thinking and behaviors. Basically, this is saying how the media, cartoons, things on TV influences our history because it indirectly influences our unconscious behavior. This is very, very, very deep stuff, guys. I mean, this is crazy. I really do think I want to create a forum because I want to like dive into this. So check this out. So when I'm reading all of this, it becomes extremely apparent to me that this very subject is something that Michael would have found very interesting. He himself has touched on these subjects often, and they seem to be at the core of his message to the world and what he wanted people to understand. Okay. Michael always talks about these subjects. You guys know this. These very things that I just mentioned, Michael always talks about. So fair enough. But this is where this stuff gets crazy, guys. Like this is insane, okay? So reading all of this put so many thoughts in my head, but they weren't entirely clear. I just knew that Michael does speak a lot about himself behaving in certain ways because of his childhood or lack thereof. Also speaking much about how it's important to know your history because it is such a big part of who you are. So the dots, so this made me think of the song History, which speaks on this subject, but I still wasn't connecting any dots at all until. So Victory was released on July 2nd, 1984. So in following the pattern that I followed for 25 years, I decided to see what was happening on July 2nd, 2009. So July 2nd, 2009 is going to be 25 years from the release of Victory. Guys, I'm going to just show you a visual right now, okay? I'm going to show you a visual. July 2nd, 2009. July 2nd, 2009. Let me know when you can see the visual. Can you see the visual? Let me know when you guys can see it. Okay, so check this out. July 2nd, 2009 is when Michael's final rehearsal footage was released. It is it's the They Don't Care About Us rehearsal footage. In the clip is where you hear Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, and the snippet when he says, it will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for our freedom in the history of our nation. And then, of course, you have Michael's history line, every day create your history. This footage is released exactly 25 years to the date of Victory, in which the cover art is influenced by a book that writes about a real study that asserts the concept that our history absolutely shapes who we are as human beings. Okay? All right? July 29th, July 2nd, 2009. July 2nd, 2009. Final footage is released. They don't really care about us, history. And what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration of our freedom in the history of our nation. Every day, create your history. 25 years to the date of Victory's release. Victory. Cover art influenced by a book that writes about a study about our history. I have said from the very beginning that nothing is by coincidence. It very much seems that all of these years ago, Michael truly began to visualize something in his life that would be very significant. Victory was released in 1984. Michael was thinking about this stuff, guys, a lot. I am not saying that Michael was thinking about faking his death. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Michael was thinking about something significant in his life a very, 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 very long time ago. Destiny, triumph, and victory seem to have started out as one thing, but naturally evolved into something bigger. Destiny, triumph, victory. Destiny, triumph, and victory. Guys, I don't really know your thoughts behind the information that I just presented to you. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know how you feel about it, but I tell you something. This is so deep. These things are so significant. They're so deep. They're so, this is not just something where you can just piece things together and, like throw spaghetti to the wall and hope that it sticks. It's not the case of that. Michael, Destiny is 1978. Michael was a kid. Michael was a kid. He was 21 years old when Triumph came out. He was a kid, okay? Michael was visualizing, and all of this stuff started the moment that he had creative independence. Not just Michael, his brothers, okay? Very, very, very early on, there was something that he wanted to say. There was something that he had seen. Yes, I mentioned that previously. Destiny, Victory, Triumph, all 7 letters. So you have these 3 albums that come out with you guys independently. They all happen to have 7 letters in them. Michael happens to be 7 letters. Jackson happens to be 7 letters. It just happens to be 777. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I know that this is a lot of, this might not be like fun clues, it might be not be entertaining, but this is the core of what we need to understand. This is the core of what we need to talk about, what we need to discuss. It might not be like entertaining or fun or anything like that, but this is literally just the beginning, the very beginning of all of this. And when I do the video for Can You Feel It, you guys are going to lose your shit. I mean, just very, very, very early on, Michael was seeing things. He had possibilities. He was projecting things very early on in his career. So this is what I am going to talk about. You know, very early on. This didn't start in 2009. This didn't start in 2008. This started in the 70s. And I do not believe that Michael was planning to fake his death. I don't think that has anything to do with it. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the ability. But my question is, how can you visualize so many things in your future, but not visualize the bad? But maybe he did visualize the bad. Maybe Michael saw his very first album. The very first album that they did together was called Destiny. So maybe he did visualize his ultimate, what would happen with him. I don't know. That has yet to be seen, but I'm telling you guys, this stuff is so deep. It is so, and I'm just trying to give you, a little bit at a time. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. I know it's a lot of information, it's a lot to take in, but it will get more chilling, and it will charter some territory that people are not comfortable with, because people have a very, certain idea of Michael. But Michael is so much bigger than so much that we have ever imagined. It's not even like about his music. It's just so much bigger than that. He was speaking through his music for years. All of these album titles clearly had meaning. Destiny, Triumph, Victory. I even think Bad. I believe that Bad is a message. I really do. I believe that Bad was something he was trying to tell people. They were trying to do something to Michael early on. They were trying to turn him into something that he didn't want to be. This stuff is very, very significant. How do you how do you how do you explain this? How do you explain things like this? How are they to be explained? How are they to be explained? I don't think that they can be. I don't think that there's any kind of insight into just following the course and trying to understand. But the glow, what is this glow? I'm just reflecting, and I just really hope that I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was, um, that you were satisfied with it. I know it's different. I don't know if you guys like this style. I don't know if you enjoy it. If you are not subscribed to me, please subscribe, to my channel. Um, Thank you. I don't know if you guys, like I said, I don't know if you like this format, but I just like being able to communicate with you guys more effectively and talk to you. I think these are conversations. You don't need someone just like talking at you and just giving you insignificant information. I want to share things with you. Um, and I want you guys to try to understand where I'm coming from and really like listen and hear me. Um, it's very, very deep. It's very, and I've spent years just really afraid to talk about these things, um, afraid to kind of vocalize these things because I don't know how people are gonna react, but there's a lot of things happening in our world right now. There's a lot going on, and I think it's very important for us to start being honest with ourselves and having these conversations. If you can only imagine, if Michael had this ability, these gifts to foresee things this far along, how do you know they weren't after him? How do you know they didn't want him? How do you know if Michael had these abilities, we think his ability is just singing and dancing and being an amazing performer. Obviously, it's much deeper than that. So what did they want from that? What did they want from him for that? You know? I'm finding these things because from very like, from the very beginning that I've done these videos, I've always been able to just look at Michael without fan goggles on. And I think I just am able to just look at him like and see things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't even know how I come across this stuff. I'm like, I can't believe that Victory live album was recorded in the city that I live in. I don't even live in like I live in Las Vegas now, but the city where I'm from, it's not even a big city. It's like a little. I'm just like, what? That's crazy. Like it's insane. There's so many things. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know why any of this is what it is. It just is, and it's what it's always been. And it just is what it is, God. It just is what it is. It really is. And I just want to share it with you. It does find me. It does find me. Do you guys have any questions about what I just shared with you? Anything you want me to go over again? Um, I thought the psychohistory was very interesting, very fascinating, in fact. Um, is there anything else that you would like me to talk about? I know I have you guys on here. Any questions? I'd be happy to answer them for you. Oh yeah, so I'll leave the broadcast up. So if you missed anything, you could just you can. Would you call Michael clairvoyant? I think that Michael's abilities is beyond clairvoyancy. I think his abilities surpass that. I think Michael is very special. I don't think he's the only person that's like himself. I think there are people in this universe that exist like this, but I think Michael is very much beyond. Um, some people just see things, you know. Some people just have the ability to see things, and I think he's one of those people. I mean, look at this visual right here. Let me show you guys this again from the "Can You Feel It" video. If you look at this, I mean, this is so ahead of it's I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's so deep. It's so deep. But I'm just really excited about what's to come, guys. I honestly believe that there are things that are going to happen, but I don't think things can happen until we move to understand it. Yes. Remote viewing, interdimensional travel. I've considered all of these things. I've considered many things. Why are the Jackson brothers who is the sixth unknown brother? No, so there's not six unknowns. There is in this photo, it is Jermaine. Jermaine came back for the last album, dear. Do you think that you're the only one that understands MJ? Absolutely not. No, not at all. I think a lot of people understand Michael, but a lot of people are afraid to talk about it. A lot of people have a fear of being attacked by fans and just, no, but I don't even know that I understand Michael. I've never claimed that. I have no idea. Like I don't know him as a person. I don't really know if I understand him. I'm just trying to understand what he's talking about, trying to understand his message, but I don't correlate that to like me understanding him. He's his own person. He has his own personality outside of what it's perception based on what I see. It's not me saying this is who Michael is, because nobody can say that but Michael himself, you know so I try to stay away from that. I try to avoid that. I just got chills down my arms for some reason. I don't know why, but it's really weird, but I'm gonna go with it. But yeah, I just feel like, for sure it's just trying to we all have a story, you know So on this picture, Jermaine is David. There's Jermaine's in the picture. Jermaine came back to the Jacksons for the final album. So Sandy, there was a dove on Randy's shoulder, but it was removed. Michael instructed this entire visual. Yes, Road to the Galaxy, exactly. Or Road from the Galaxy. It's perception. What do you think? Road to or road from? Do you think it's coming from or going to? I think it's coming from. That's my perception of it. That's what I think. I think they're coming from the galaxy. I think he's coming from the galaxy because he's illuminated. He's the only one that's illuminated. The other ones aren't. I'm off to bed. Hope you've all had a lovely Easter. Going to rewatch and absorb the image. Okay, Deb, good night. Have a good night. From and back. Michael has a twin. Okay. City album. And I saw City on the side when oh yeah, so the city seems to be like a hologram. Let me put that back up again. The city appears to be like some kind of hologram. On the same back of this is the CD gives a message saying, "It's great singing with my brother." What brother? Did Michael have a twin brother who was never revealed to the public? I don't believe that Michael had a twin, but I do believe there is something to that. There is definitely another person, but I don't believe that it was a twin. I think it's a little deeper than that. I don't think it's a twin. There's definitely another, but I don't think it's a twin. I'll just say that for now. And I will touch upon that um, when it's appropriate, but I don't think there's a twin. No, I don't think it's not Marlon. No, I just there's another person for sure. A place with no name. Yes, Debbie. So the city, I don't know. It's just some kind of holographic city. I'm not sure what that means. You're welcome, David. So, any other questions? Anything at all? I think MJDHI touched on the other brother. I don't know. You would have to ask her. I don't know what her theories are on that. What brother has the singing with and this is it? I I don't really I'm not really sure. I'm not too certain about that. This is very good, got me thinking. Thank you. I was really scared to do this because I didn't know how it was gonna go. I felt like an idiot trying to like navigate how to I don't know, because I see people doing it all the time and I always wanted to do it, but I just didn't know how. I was like, oh my God. In this pic, I don't think MJ is illuminated. It's his stage persona, Michael. No, I mean he's definitely illuminated. I mean, that's an illumination. I mean, that's my perception. It looks like like it's glowing to me. And it was his idea. Michael Whalen said that Michael wanted that. Michael requested it. I don't even think that Michael was known for his gloves and socks at this point, though, when this album was done. That came later. I don't even think he was even known for. What did he mean by saying it was great singing with my brother? Um, you are just trying to force me to talk about this, aren't you, David Murphy? I can't go there yet. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't go there yet. We're not all ready for that yet. Well, we will be, but not now. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't touch on that yet. We're just not. I don't think people are ready for that yet. Consolation on the road. Um, is he still alive? His spirit came to me really hard. Is Michael still alive? Um, I believe Michael's still alive, but it's tricky. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Isn't someone close to someone considered a brother? If I said that right, I heard that it was recorded 2008. I believe that there was somebody. I believe there was somebody. There was somebody, but I don't think it's a brother born from his mother and father. I'll say that. Well, MJ return. I do not know what Michael will do. I have no idea if Michael will return or not. I'm not sure. I've always been of the mind that he would. You don't fake your death to come back, but so many things are happening right now. I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. I hope that he doesn't return. I hope that he would not do something so crazy like that. I don't think he should, but I don't know. Guess we'll see. Only time will tell. You think it's a clone? Oh God. Um, no, I don't think it's a clone. I don't think I just think it's weird. Brandy, is it true with my previous question that it was recorded in 2008? I don't know. The footage that's confused me. He looks so different in those matter of days, so I'm not entirely sure. A clone has to start from a baby, doesn't it? No, it does not. A clone does not have to start from a baby. Why are we talking about clones now? I'm getting very uncomfortable. Angels say, boo, why? Oh, I want to at least meet him. You think it's like someone who had their much surgery then? I think it's possible. Yes, it has to grow up. A clone doesn't have to be from a baby though. Um, are you allowed to fake your death for 7 years? You can fake your death as long as there are not any government funds, that as long as there's no government funds used to find you if you're missing, you are able to fake your death. It is not against the law. It's not illegal to fake your death at all. It's not illegal. Only if funds are used. Clones do not have to be. Okay, maybe I'm saying that wrong, but they don't have to. Clones can rapidly. They are genetically able to make clones rapidly age. Is what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be the full. I mean, I've studied it for years. It doesn't have to be the full years. It's hard to explain. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis is dead. Probably, yeah. Elvis is probably dead. He'd be really old right now. I'm pretty sure Elvis is dead. Deeper connection with Mike. I do not have a deeper connection with Michael. I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know him personally. No, I don't. I don't think he will come back because if he did, people would never let him live it down. Level of hoax is too much. That's my thoughts. He would get killed right away. My thoughts also. Good for you, Brandy Mara. Yes, Brandy Mara, that's me. Yeah, just because of the age. I disagree. Clones are from baby on and have to grow. I've actually done studies. They do not. I have done studies about things they have done to speed up genetics so they can rapidly age them. But of course, it's just things that I've read. I don't know if it's facts or not. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. I mean, that's just what I've read personally. Wearing a massive Grim Reaper cape. What are you talking about? Fake your death. I want my life to be different. He's 84 years old, alive, and has a preacher. Color black. David, can you please specify what you mean? Did he have a business in Las Vegas? Michael has several businesses here in Las Vegas. Yes. No, it never works to speed it up, so that's impossible. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'm just based off of what I've studied. You can absolutely speed up the genetic aging. I don't create clones in my basement, so I couldn't tell you if that's accurate or not. I don't know. I just based off of what I've read. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't even know if clones exist. Um, I just know there's a lot of cloning stuff out here in Las Vegas that I've read about. Did you know that there is a clear security camera video on YouTube showing Michael walking along the massive back exit corridor of Staples Center on the evening of the 24th, and he's walking alone? Um, okay, that's great that you're a scientist. So you guys are making clones in that lab you work in, or don't tell anybody? Oh, okay. Wearing a massive. Okay, yes, I have seen that footage before. That's security footage the night before the. Oh, something else I wanted to show you guys real quick. Do you guys remember they kept saying how that the footage of Michael rehearsing is from the 24th? How they kept saying that over and over again? They kept mentioning that and bringing it up over and over again. Why does it say June 23rd? They kept saying final footage of him rehearsing the night before his death. Why does it say June 23rd on all the media photos? It's very, very suspicious to me. They've always said that the final footage of Michael is from June 24th. They've always said that. But when they released the video footage, it all said June 23rd. But it's not just CNN that did it either. It wasn't just CNN. It was like all the media outlets that released it said the same thing. I remember the footage the day that it happened. Michael is and will always be the greatest musician, healer, and kindest person. I agree. I believe the footage is from 2 days, not just one. I don't know what you're talking about. When this video was released on CNN, they said it was June 24th. They also said it on other different media outlets. You guys remember what I'm talking about when they kept saying it was June 24th? Now, the only person that remembers that when they kept saying it was June 24th, Brandy behaved. I'm behaving. I'm being good. 623 is 11. Yes, Milagros. I didn't even notice that until you just said that. Wow. There's also things with dates for Michael's burial too. There are dates that are wrong also. Brandy, do you think Donald Trump knows that Michael's alive? He probably does. I think he does. I think it's possible. I didn't really follow the whole Q anonymous thing, but I do think it's possible that he's aware of it. MJ faked his death. The hints and clues are so many. Why would he leave so many hints if he is dead? Yeah. Why would he? This is true. Probably help fund the escape possible. Cool, finally, I'm not the only one. I heard a thing, everything from a day before, 2 days before, and outtakes throughout rehearsals. Yes, Janice, they change it all the time. Hi, how are you doing today? MJ is still alive. He was moving in the helicopter in 2009. That video is on YouTube. Have a great day. Thank you, Zoe. Um, Michael is probably sitting on this couch just watching his TV eating SpaghettiOs. This is very possible, Archie. He wants us to crack his cones. Okay. Marsha, Brandy behave again. Yes, we go way back, Mara. Cool. The person who made the first hoax video set the hoax on fire. She did. I agree. Jonelle Star TV. Incredible. Loved her videos. Wish she would come back, but I think she's making music these days. Yes, Zoe, very true in thriller. Yes. You guys are so funny. Who was the first person to make hoax videos? Who was the first? Because her video came out on June 25th. Who was the first person to make a hoax video? What guy? Give me a name. I want to know who it was. Because I know that Jonelle Star came first, and then Piano Games came, and then I came. I was the third one after those two. So who was the first person? What am I misremembering? Who was the first one? I'm pretty sure Jonelle Star. Her video came out on June 25th. Okay. So let me just. How tall is Michael? I don't know. Between 5'9" and 5'11", apparently. I guess between. Have you guys seen the video recorded on the 25th? The one MJ looks like he is getting out of the ambulance inside the gates of MJ's house. I saw that video, but can never really fully like see that. I get escape album meaning he did fake his death disappear out of nowhere. Did you guys have any more questions about the information that I was in this video that I just went over? Because if not, I'm gonna wrap it up. When you guys are watching the videos, please make sure that you're subscribing so you get and enable the notifications so that you're able to know when my videos are coming out, and also like the videos because we have a lot of interesting characters that like to downlike the video before they even watch it because they're just ridiculous like that. So make sure you guys are upvoting the video if you liked it, and make sure you are subscribing, and make sure you're sharing the video so people can understand what's going on. Yeah, I'll do the next one. I'm sorry there was such that gap. I just wanted to there was a lot going on, so I just wanted to kind of, wait till everything kind of subsided before I put another one out. How well versed do you think Michael was on physics? Oh, I think Michael was very, very, very well versed on physics for sure. I want to hear this stuff. I love Michael Jackson's music, but I'm not all on he's dead or not. 3 weeks before Michael faked his death, he always had all masks off of his 3 children in public with him, so their true identities would be photographed and their identities would be known without question. What's a question? You have a wonderful day too, Barbie. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for coming. What's the question, David? We don't say that word in this chat, Archie. We don't even use that word in here. I highly doubt that Michael sucks at math. I highly, highly doubt that Michael sucks at math. If there's anything on earth that Michael sucks at, I highly doubt it was math. Highly doubt it. You can say any other subject, but definitely not numbers. Okay, cute animals. You know he does. Okay. So what's the question? I'm sorry. What's the question? Oh, why you took the mask off? I don't know. I do doubt that. I highly doubt that Michael was bad at math. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that at all. Oh, no question. I was pointing out that it seems he was getting already. That's possible. Okay, Jane, have a good night. Oh, it was a statement. I thought he said question. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think numbers are definitely a huge part of who he is. For sure. Okay, so anything else? You guys, there's still like a lot of people watching, but no one's saying anything. It's kind of awkward. I'm gonna leave this up so you guys, if you haven't heard, you can listen to it again. 777,000. What is the numbers for that fundraiser now? What is it up to? What has he raised so far? I haven't seen it in a while. I donated it when it first was launched. It's so hot here, guys. It's like really hot today. So anything else for me before I get off of here? Anything else? You guys have been amazing. Thank you for being patient with me, because I definitely was like afraid to do it this way because I just haven't done it before like this. So I'm gonna try to work out the kinks. I am not interviewing Taj. No, I'm not. I will not be interviewing him. I'm gonna leave that to the experts that are doing such a fine job themselves at talking to Taj. But I'm glad that he's speaking out and defending Michael. That's amazing. Love you too, Marcia. Thank you, Indigo Moon. When will I post the next one? I promise to have the next video posted by Friday. I promise. I definitely will. I just took a little break because there was so much going on, and I just wanted to kind of, like, give people the chance to, process what was going on with Michael. But, things seem to have been, like, calmed down, so I did do a video. This is the video, MJJ Forever. Everyone seems to hate on Pearl, poor soul. Everyone seems to hate on Pearl, poor soul. I don't know if everyone hates Pearl. Pearl has a very large following of people. I think she has a lot of followers. Oh, 134,000. That's pretty good. I love you more, Marcia. Disguise in the backseat. The video is on YouTube. 7 is God's number. No, don't go, my love. I can't stay on here too long, guys. I've been on here for a while. I just want to answer your questions if you guys have any questions about Can You Feel It? That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to have that video up by this weekend. That video is I want people to understand that music video. That will probably not be a live video like this though. It'll just be like a worded video probably. Just check out the video called Camera Director Editor, where the guy is talking about 777, and when you add it up, what he says, Prince's death. Wow. 2 days after June 25th, 2009, two of Michael's brothers were videotaped up close in a Volvo station wagon with all black windows, tinted black, and they were leaving Michael's home. Yes, and Marlon had on the CIA hat, right? Or the FBI hat. Disguise in the back seat. The video is on YouTube. Am I a believer? I am a believer. Thank you for all your hard work. You're welcome thank you for tuning in. I feel it. Thank you. Keep on. Yes, David, someone is wearing a mask. Have you heard about the 4 people trying to use MJ fans to buy Neverland for them? No, I haven't heard about that. What do you mean? Oh shit, I just spilled water all over my purse. Pearl defended MJ as well. God bless her. Susan is crazy. She talks so bad about Pearl, and so does. I'm not really a big fan of Pearl myself, but my videos are not about other people. They just do their own thing and I do mine, you know. Everyone has their own way of doing things, so. My thing about Neverland is Michael left Neverland. Michael wasn't there anymore. Like he didn't want to be there. So I don't know why people really trip about. I mean, I love Neverland. I've been there twice, but I don't know why people really trip about it because I just feel like he didn't want it anymore. Oh no, you're not holding me. It's okay. I just want to know if you guys had questions. It's okay. It's fine. I just I just want to know if you guys have questions so that I can answer them. It's easier for me to answer them. Look, the family when they're older. What do you think of the JFK Jr. Q theory? I don't know what that is. What is the JFK Q theory? Can you link me? I'd like to read about it. I believe that JFK was definitely like assassinated. They've raised $50,000. That shit costs like $30 million. I was there 2015, 2015 and 2017. I was there. JFK Jr.'s alive. Really? I have never watched Leaving Neverland. I will never watch it. It's disgusting. I'll never watch that. I did not know they think that he's alive. That's crazy. Are there videos on this? I had no idea that was a theory. I'm gonna have to look that up when I get off of here. That's really, interesting. That's really interesting indeed. I watched the first 2 minutes of the doc and turned it off. My spirit came. Yeah, it's too much. Don't watch it. It's full of lies. I won't watch it. His plane went down. Don't think they ever found his body. I thought they found him and his wife's body, but they buried them at sea. But nobody's ever seen proof of it. Looks like everyone is alive. Yeah, I want to check that out though. The actual video is just a theory. That's their goal to crowdfund promising things they can't deliver on, like tours in Neverland. How are people paying $50,000 to these people? Why is that money not going to Taj's documentary? That is so sick. I saw a documentary about how they were murdered. Tupac is alive, Elvis is alive, we are all alive. They think he was going to be assassinated. Yes, he definitely was going to be assassinated. I've seen this conspiracy videos about John being a target. I've seen those videos before. That he was definitely going to be a target. So I guess that's possible. I just never knew that he faked his death. That's crazy. Guys, I gave up meat a week ago. I have not had any meat in 1 week. Can you believe it? It's like insane. I called John Branca. I'm excited about Taj's documentary. Yeah. Do you guys want me? I was thinking about making a new forum. Would you guys be interested in a forum where we can like post information and talk about things like off of line? I don't know how you guys feel about that. What do you think about that? Do I feel Prince is alive as well? I don't know about Prince. I don't know. I sometimes think it, and then sometimes I don't. There is a forum, but it's like an older one. I think I don't want to. I don't really want it to be a death hoax forum. You know, just a general information about just general things, not necessarily just like a death hoax, but just other things that are going on. Like you guys are discussing some very interesting things here about John F. Kennedy Jr. I didn't even know about that. So I'm thinking about just doing a forum where people just talk about things without feeling like they're crazy, you know? Not a death hoax forum though. Do you think MJ is in contact with someone in particular to stay in contact with his fans? I think if Michael wants to stay in contact with his fans, he could just be in contact with his friends, his fans. Internet's anonymous. I don't think he needs a third person for that. Vegan is the best way to go. Did you notice Nipsey's mom said it's at Memorial? I'm vegetarian as well. I've only been a vegetarian for a week, but I'm kind of like wanting meat. I want to see if I can do it for a week, but I bought all these products that are like meatless, and they're really good. Order, I believe, his is some. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use that form anymore. It took look after Neverland cost. I'm vegan. Just maintaining Neverland is millions a month. Exactly, Naz. Thank you so much for sharing with us. God bless you. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you for coming. Um, Yeah, I don't think he needs a third party to talk to people if he wanted to. But I don't think Michael's online talking to people though either. I don't think so. That's my opinion. Oh, I don't know. I can't see. I don't know if you can send links. I don't like see links in here. I don't think you can send them in here. Can you just type whatever you want me to look up and I'll look it up? Just like type the words. Do you guys think that Prince is alive? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, but you can't post links in here. They don't work for some reason. They don't. I gotta mess around with the features. It's on the MJ Death Hoax. What link for what? What is on her channel? That what are you talking about? I've seen the JFK Jr. theory. Can't remember probably, but wasn't there something interesting about some dates as well? I don't know. I have to look that up. XXX Tension is alive. Michael Jackson death hoax, tabloid junkie, truth be told, is the name. Of what? Cute animals. What is that? What is the video about? I'm sorry. I'm just really I'm getting so confused because I'm looking at all the. What is it a link to? The JFK theory? Oh, cool. You say it's on Michael Jackson Death Hoax Investigators channel? Souza's channel? Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I was like confused. Okay, I'll check it out when I get out of here. I'll check it out. Cool. I'm so sorry. I was like so confused. All these people were typing at one time. So guys, if you guys scroll up or if you guys have MJ Death Hoax Investigator, she has a video up about the JFK Jr. theory. If you want to check it out. Because you can't post links in here, I guess. So don't why are you sorry, Marsha? What are you sorry about? Too much to type about the Neverland scam. I will tell you later. That is crazy. I can't believe somebody is doing that. Who are the people? Do you guys do they know who's doing it? People are crazy as hell. I can't. Hi, Musa. I can't believe someone's doing that. People are donating money to it. Wow. People should take that money and give it to the homeless, not Neverland scammers. Exactly. There are people who need money so bad. That's crazy. That's so sick. There are so many people who need money, like water. It's so hot. Like in Las Vegas, it's so hot right now. People need water so bad, like homeless people. $50,000 would go a long way with just like helping people get water. Oh my God, guys, happy Earth Day. It's Earth Day today. What are you guys doing today for Earth Day? Are you doing anything to conserve? Um, I am noble, peaceful, and great. I am not noble, helpful, and great. It's about growth. I've just come a long way, dude. You know, I've come a long way. That's all I can say. I'm not really like noble, helpful, and great. You know, I'm just trying to do my best. Yes, water and Flint is needed still. Very cool, Sandy. Yeah, because it's super hot here. Welcome to my talk. Watering my newly planted tree. Cool, cool. Bronco was very interested in the details. I gave him the link. That's awesome. Good work. You're doing most super good. Thank you. Is there a release date for Taj's documentary? I don't think there's a release date for it yet. I don't think there is a release for it yet. No, not quite yet. Do you guys think the timing in the afternoon is better for the videos? Should I put them out in the afternoon? Yeah, I think that they should release it too this year. I think that'd be better for sure. For certain. Everybody should be Earth Day is her I put that on my Instagram, make every day Earth Day for sure. It's very important. Do your part. Okay, cool. There is something I don't understand. You say you are not a fan. No, I don't say that I'm not a fan. When it comes to Michael Jackson, I am not necessarily a fan of all his music. No, I'm not. But I'm a fan of him. You can love someone and adore them and their mind and their concepts, but not really be a fan of their art. I like a lot of Michael's music. I'm more of a fan of like Off the Wall more than anything, but I'm not like a really huge fan of like all of Michael's music. No, I'm not. I don't have like any Michael Jackson CDs or anything. But I do love like Off the Wall is like, ugh, it's like my favorite. But I'm more of like a fan of Michael as a person. My name is sarcastic. My name, MJ Fan Forever and a Day, is sarcasm because when I first started posting on forums, these people would be like, "Oh, I'm Michael Jackson fan forever and a day. I know everything about him. I've been a fan since I was a kid." And they would say these things, but they really wouldn't know anything about him as a person. So I created the name MJ Fan Forever and a Day as a smart ass tactic, not thinking that my YouTube channel would take off, and I just never changed it. But it's complete sarcasm, trust me, it is. Um, okay, cool. Of course, that was almost 10 years ago, and over time, your perception of people change, and I've become very much, I care a lot about Michael, a lot about him, and I love how his mind works. So, I kind of came into it not being a fan of anything, not knowing anything about him, and over almost 10 years, a lot has progressed. So, things change. But I'm still not a ultra fan of his music. No, I don't need to be. Um, am I in love with Michael? Oh my god, hell fucking no. Hell no. Are you in love with Michael? You seem like it. I'm certainly not in love with someone I don't know. That's weird as fuck. That's not realistic to me. Michael is like a father figure, if anything. I would never be romantically interested in Michael Jackson ever. He's more like a father figure to me. Someone that I learned from, a teacher. You don't seem like a guy. You seem like a girl. You seem very much like a feminine. You have a very feminine energy about you. You don't seem like a guy at all. Michael loved when people looked at him as a human, just a natural social interaction as a normal person. Oh, people are gonna always miss him, You miss that part of the universe. He contributed so much. His energy is always gonna be missed. You know what I mean? Forever by people. Just always gonna be missed by people. You just kind of leave that mark on people, and I've never had a romantic interest in Michael Jackson. I never have. That's never been my thing. Sorry. Bark up the wrong tree with that one. Wrong tree. So this has died down, so I'm gonna probably go. But yes, Milagros. Yeah, you definitely don't seem like a man to me. I'm gonna just stick with that. You seem very much like a woman. I just didn't feel his death. That was so weird at the time. One part of my heart still hopes to see him come back. A lot of people think that. Diana Ross is Monte's real mother. Diana Ross. Oh, American Scheme. I have seen you trolling people's YouTube channels for years. How the hell are you? I've always wanted to meet you. You're right up the alley with Kim Tamar. Are you guys related? I've seen you on people's videos for years. I didn't say anything about your name, silly goose. I didn't say anything about your name. I said you come off as a woman. Your remarks, the way you speak, you just feel very feminine to me. An American Scheme. I'm talking with you right now. I'm talking to you. I've always wanted to meet you. Okay, see you, MJ Prince. Good night. What do you think of Kim Tamar? Um, she's very spirited. She's a very spirited person. Very spirited. Very spirited. MJ was given to the Jacksons. So just define your logic with this theory of yours. Why do you think that? No, I am not the cousin of Taj. I am not a Jackson at all. No, I am not a Jackson. That's not. I am that. That's not me. That's a different Brandy. Brandy with a. That's a different Brandy. That's Jackie's daughter. I am from Pittsburgh. I am not related to the Jacksons at all. Okay, I'll give you a minute. I'm waiting for your theory because it's okay to have a. I've seen American Scheme posting on so many people's videos, and I'm just so curious about this theory here. I just want to hear it because I just think everyone deserves to have a platform to speak their opinions, no matter who they are, right? Oh gosh, this is probably going to be a very long broadcast. People are probably not going to listen to this far, but I don't care. It's fine. Woo child. Some folks are really out there, outer limits. Woo Chile. Pains at Memorial. Diana Ross got pregnant at 14 by Smokey Robinson. This happened before Motown was made. So Berry Gordy made them give their baby to the Jacksons. Why would they give their baby to the Jacksons though? They didn't have any money. They were poor. Guys, be nice. Be nice. Allow people to express themselves and talk about their opinions. We respect everyone's opinion in here. Uh, Charlene? Oh, Jesus God. Barry Gordy and Joe Jackson are old friends. Do you have proof of this? Do you have evidence to support your theory? Diana and Barry Gordy did have a baby. What the hell are you guys talking about? It's a girl. It's her daughter. They had a daughter together. Hazel, right? Not Hazel. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, they have a. What's her name? Diana Ross's daughter. I can't think of her name. I don't know piano games. Piano games, Tom. He used to make videos back in the day. Yeah, Rhonda. So what are you talking about? That high what are you talking about Michael for? Rhonda, that's it. Yeah, piano games came right after Jonelle Starr before me. I don't understand. That's crazy. I don't even understand how you like, dude. Michael does not look anything like Diana Ross. Like, I don't even. That's not even possible. Yeah, Tom was very young. He was like 15 or 16. Yes, this is true. I wish I knew who this guy was. You have not told me yet how to find this guy's information. Jonelle Starr's Death Hoax video came out on June 25th. Her first video was out on June 25th. I don't know how someone came before her when her video came out on June 25th. How? But Jonelle Starr's video came out before that even happened. Her video came out on June 25th, her first video. No, June 26th, day after. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know who it is, so I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking about who I know to be the first. And I know that the first was Jonelle Starr and then Tom. So that's what I know. She was amazing. I loved her. I loved her videos. They were so good. Jonelle Starr. Oh my God. Are you out of? Oh my God. Let me hold on a second. I'm fitting to shut this down right now. Yeah, I see that date. There still is. I don't know. You're the only person I've ever heard talk about there being a person before Jonelle Starr that did these incredible videos. You're the only person I've ever heard say that. I've never heard anyone say that before, so I never saw any Death Hoax videos before Jonelle Starr. She's the first person that I ever watched. I never watched anybody before her. Never. I watched her videos. I watched a couple of Tom's videos. I really didn't like his style much, but I did like him. And then I watched Magical Escapism. Oh, are you talking about are you talking about TNZ? True News Zone? Are you talking about them? TNZ? Yeah, I followed from the start too, but there was not I don't remember there being Death Hoax videos except for I don't it doesn't really matter. It's like completely irrelevant. I've never heard anybody else say there was another Death Hoax video before them. So I don't it doesn't really matter. Who cares? Um so I am trying to catch up. Okay, so as MJ's real mother, Diana could not deal with MJ's memorial. I don't understand how you could possibly think that that is like even a thing. Why would they give their kid to the Jacksons? The Jacksons didn't even have any money. Like, why would they like if Barry Gordy and Diana Ross were completely wealthy people, why would they give their kid to the Jacksons? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that. The Jacksons have no talent. Are you crazy? The Jacksons are extremely talented. They are extremely talented. Stop trying to understand my story with your brain. Okay. I don't even know what you're talking about. To say the Jacksons don't have talent is insane. They absolutely have talent. Oh my god. Are you serious right now? Have you never heard Jermaine Jackson sing? Have you never heard Reby Jackson sing before? Have you never heard them sing? Oh my god. What? You are crazy as hell. Jermaine Jackson can sing his ass off. Reby Jackson can sing so good. I don't even know how to ban someone in here. I'm not gonna ban someone for having an opinion. That's just what they think. I mean, that's crazy. It's a stupid. I mean, I think it's dumb to even think that. What does it matter? Just because you Michael and Jermaine were Michael Jackson is an entertainer. He's a star. Just because you're talented doesn't mean that you have star quality. You have to want to be a star. Jermaine was busy chasing girls and having sex with a billion people. He wasn't like dedicated to his craft like Michael was. That's what separates Michael's from his family. Oh my god. Okay. Well, you're certainly entitled to your opinion, but I'm gonna have to go. Michael looks like Joe. He looks just like his father, just like him. So I'm gonna have to. It's a big no for me. A slave fan. What the hell is a slave fan? Okay. Did everybody have a great Easter? Was your Easter great? I wonder if I can post a link in here. Let's see. I am a slave fan with no views of my own. Oh, I don't know about that. I've done about 185 videos that might suggest otherwise, my dear. But go ahead, go off. Um, who the hell is sending me messages? Oh. I'm gonna give you guys a link to my chat room if you guys want to go in there and talk amongst yourselves. That's cool. I have to go and get some things done. Um, but thank you so much for tuning in. How do I share this? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm gonna post the link in here if you guys want to go and talk in my chat room. I don't know if it's gonna work though. Do you guys see that? Okay, you can leave. Bye. Um, there's links in my chat room. So if you guys want to go in there, let's Cool. I'm gonna hop off of here though. Thank you guys so much for listening and talking and appreciating and supporting and engaging. It's been a fantastic conversation. I love talking to you guys. Um, and until next time, I'll see you. But if you like to talk, there's a link to my chat room. So have a great night. Bye.